Squad, what's happening? It's your boy KNOCKOUT360 with another video. So as you can tell, I'm in the car that makes this car vlog. You already know how it's going down when I come around. Let's go ahead and get into it, man. First things first, I want to thank each and every last one of my new subscribers, my new viewers. Thank you. Car content, car shows, car reviews, car meets, car videos, anything and everything related to cars happens on this channel. So if you're into that, make sure you stick around. And for everyone else, hit that subscription button and that notification bell so that you know what's coming out and when it's coming out, right? I don't even know if I want to say this is great news or good news or just speculation, but I've told you guys in the past that everything trickles down from the Challenger, right? The Challenger gets the Demon 840 horsepower. The Challenger gets the Red Eye 797 horsepower. The Challenger gets the wide body Scat Pack and the wide body Hellcat 717 horsepower, and then 485, of course. And then it trickles over to the Charger. The Charger gets the 717 horsepower Daytona wide body Charger, regular Hellcat Charger 707, and then the wide body Scat Pack, which I just so happen to be sitting in myself, right? Well, Dodge pulled another one, man. They surprised even myself, and they have certainly not left out the Charger boys with this one. If this is true, what am I talking about? I am talking about the Dodge Charger SRT Ghoul, G-H-O-U-L. Ghoul with the Elephant V8 engine. Now, you guys may be saying to yourself, what is a Ghoul and what is the Elephant engine? Let's start with first things first. I put out a video probably about a year and a half ago where basically there were rumors rather, that Dodge Challenger was going to be coming in a SRT Ghoul variant, which was going to have 1,000 plus horsepower, or at least 900 plus, more than likely 1,000 plus horsepower. That was completely found out to be cap. You know what I'm saying? That was BS, and that was just speculation all across the board, right? Okay. Not so much now. CarAndDriver.com, which is a relatively reputable site. Let me get my iPad here. CarBuzz and CarAndDriver.com are putting out this article that just came out literally today, 10 hours ago, if you want to be exact. $200,000 Dodge Charger SRT Ghoul is coming with the Elephant V8 engine. For a lot of you guys, you remember the Elephant V8 engine. They actually released it in a crate, and I say that to say they didn't put it in the body of an actual car. They just released the engine. The engine, if you're not familiar, is the 1,000 horsepower Elephant V8 engine. Let's see here. Let me give you some more specs on that for you guys that may not know. 950 pound-feet of torque, Elephant 426 Mopar crate Hemi engine. They only released 100 of these, and they released them for $29,995 each, right? So we're talking about $30,000 just for the engine, right? They didn't put it in a car. They literally just put it in a crate, and they said, here you go. It's the first ever OEM engine to pack that much punch, right? Well, they're now putting that engine in a body, and what better car to do it in than the Charger, the wide body Dodge Charger, right? 1,000 horsepower in the Dodge Charger SRT Hellcat. They're calling it the Ghoul, the Ghoul, right? They're calling it the Dodge Charger SRT Ghoul. The name is, let's see here. That comes from obviously rumors in the past that they were going to come out with the Dodge Challenger Ghoul. But with this one, it's going to be 1,000 horsepower powered by the Elephant V8 engine, right? Because the reality of the situation is that when they produced the Elephant, they only produced 100. So you know, like I know, those engines ran out really quick. I mean, really quick to my understand. Well, Dodge felt that they were not getting enough investment or enough return on their investment in that engine by simply producing 100 Elephant V8 units. Instead, they're going to put them in a car. And they're going to put them in this car, our car, the Charger, for once. We're literally going to have the most powerful muscle car ever built in history, if this is all true. If this is all true, which, guys, I'll be honest with you, it's early. It's too early. It's too early to even speculate. But CarAndDriver.com, CarBuzz.com, these are relatively reputable sites. They're not going to, you know what I'm saying? They're not going to BS you. They're not going to lead you down the path just for you to find out that that's cap. You know what I'm saying? And that they're lying. What else? They're going to be stuffing all that in the Dodge Charger. Now, you know, like I know that something like that's going to cost money, man. Let's take it back to the Demon. If I'm not mistaken, the Demon had an MSRP of what, like wasn't it like 80? No, I'm lying. Maybe it was 95,000, something like that. And you know, like I know, you're not going to get a Demon for 95 or anything less. They were selling a Demon for 6 figures, right? I saw some Demons going for 150,000. Real talk. I saw one in Florida that was going for 150. I even saw a Dodge Charger Daytona Hellcat that was going for like 130, right? This one's going for 200. And when I say this one, I'm talking about the Srt Ghoul, right? The Charger Srt Ghoul going for 200,000. That's just the initial price. Once again, it's really early. We haven't seen anything or heard anything, but we are reading something, right? $200,000 is what they're looking at putting a price tag on this car, and rightfully so. I'll be honest with you, when you look at McLarens, when you look at AMGs, when you look at Lamborghinis, when you look at all of these cars that's out there, that's $200,000, $300,000, $400,000, and they're not putting nearly half the power that these cars are putting down. $200,000, that's probably not a bad price, to be honest with you. I mean, for what you're getting. Now, realistically speaking, more than likely the interior is going to look just like this, just like the Charger that you and I both know. There's no date as to when they're going to release this, so they could release it as soon as next year or the year after, in which case you know that they will not be a redesign. It'll be the same body inside and outside. Wide body, of course, because you're not going to put 1,000 horsepower on 275s all the way around. So you're definitely going to need 305s, you're probably going to need 335s, 345s. You know what I'm saying? To hoist that kind of power. So if they do it sooner rather than later, it'll be in this body style, the wide body Charger body style that you guys all know and love that I'm driving. If they do it later, then more than likely it'll be in the redesign in 2023 when that drops, right? So in that case, we'll see a new body, new interior, and a brand new engine, and arguably the most powerful sedan ever created, ever known to man. 1,000 horsepower sedan that you can go to the dealership and, you know, just buy and drive off with, right? They're saying that just last week, Ralph Giles, which is the Fiat Chrysler global design chief, posted a sketch on Instagram of what could be, right, we're speculating, what could be the next generation Charger or Challenger. In other words, the successors are in works. So in other words, I've told you guys that they are coming out with the redesign. They're working on this as we speak. Don't think that this has been buried. It's coming, right? It's coming. Just wait on it. And there may be a chance that this 1,000 horsepower engine is in that redesign, in which case we won't be seeing this until 2022, 2023, right? Srt Ghoul, that's about all they have. They said there was a chance that they were going to kind of debut this information at Springfest LX in California, which you know is the function, the big Dodge function that they put on every year in California. Unfortunately, it was canceled this year due to COVID-19. I've got my glasses on so I can say COVID-19 when I take them off, coronavirus. But due to the virus or whatever the case may be, so they canceled that. So I guess Dodge just had to, you know what I'm saying, let that information leak. Dodge Charger Srt Ghoul, 1,000 horsepower, $200,000. It's going to have the Elephant V8 engine, right? 950 pound-feet of torque. The engine in and of itself, guys, is $30,000. I mean, come on now. If you're going to pay $100,000 for a Hellcat, or a little under, well, let's say if you're going to pay $100,000 for a Daytona Hellcat Charger, right? You have to be understanding and flexible that the Elephant engine is $30,000 in and of itself. So you're going to have to pay to play. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? This will by far probably be the most expensive American muscle car, sports car ever produced. More expensive than the Viper, more expensive than the Corvette, more expensive than the C8 Corvette. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, the C8 Corvettes right now are probably going for like 150, 130. You know what I'm saying? In that range. The ZR1s, when they first came out, if I'm not mistaken, those cars were even going for like 110. You might be able to find somewhere in the 90s, you know what I'm saying? Probably one of the lower trims of the ZR1. But needless to say, Dodge has definitely had something up their sleeve. This is something that you and I have been talking about quite some time, right? And this is just days after they released news that there was going to be a Dodge Charger Hellcat Red Eye wide body coming. I probably said that incorrectly, but you know what I'm saying. So needless to say, Dodge has plans in the works for the Charger. You and I both know that we've been talking about how they've been leaving out the Charger for years. We saw everything with the Challenger. We saw the Demon, the Red Eye, the wide body Cat, the wide body Scat. We saw everything with the Challenger. And here we are with the Charger sitting back like, what, you know, did you guys forget us? Some of us were speculating that they were going to get rid of the Charger because it is a sedan. And, you know, maybe Dodge wanted to move more in the muscle car realm with the two-door Challenger. That's not the case. That is simply not the case at this point. We see that Dodge has been working diligently, quietly, patiently with the Charger. And they've got something crazy coming out, and I'm excited to see it, man. 1,000 horsepower Dodge Charger Srt Ghoul. I guess it's coming, man. Are you ready for it? How do you feel about it? With that being said, we'll have a Dodge Charger Hellcat wide body 707, Dodge Charger Daytona Hellcat wide body 717. We could possibly, speculating again, have a Dodge Charger Hellcat Red Eye wide body 797. And now we could have a Dodge Charger Srt Ghoul 1,000 horsepower. We were talking about this probably about a year ago, that 1,000 horsepower would be pretty much the new norm. And I believe that that's the case. Once Dodge drops this 1,000 horsepower Srt Ghoul, I can almost guarantee you it's only a matter of time before Chevy comes out, before Ford comes out, before other companies start following the lead. I mean, the reality of the situation is when the Hellcat first came out in 15, it seemed like every car after that was like 650 horsepower, 700 horsepower, 616 horsepower. The AMGs, I mean, even with Mercedes, the Mercedes AMG, what is it? The GT S63, the GT 63S, the new, they're calling it the four-door coupe, V12, if I'm not mistaken, maybe V12 engine, and then they got the bi-turbo V8. Both of those cars are putting down 616, if I'm not mistaken, 598 and 663 horsepower respectively. You know what I'm saying? The Chevy came through with the ZL1 that's putting down 650 horsepower. And then, of course, Ford most recently with the GT500, 760 horsepower? 760 horsepower, which is now known as the Hellcat Killer. So, I mean, everyone follows Dodge lead at the end of the day, man. I'm excited to see it. I knew it was going to happen. With all this talk of a red-eye Charger, I even expected something a little bit more powerful than that. And a little bit more powerful was an understatement because 1,000 horsepower, wow. I'm excited to see it. What would you do to a car like that? If you own that car, what would you even be able to modify? Like the typical things that car guys modify first is like a cold air intake, you know, oil catch can. They put maybe a new exhaust system on there, or they cut the, you know what I'm saying, do a muffler delete, give it more sound. You probably wouldn't be able to do any of that with that car because that car's already got it. Everything that car is from the dealership is pretty much what you're going to have forever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't even know what to do to modify that car. But with that being said, guys, I did want to bring that to your attention. The Srt Ghoul, Dodge Charger Srt Ghoul, looks to be serious. Now, forgive you, boy, I know I'm kind of rough looking. You know what I'm saying? This whole coronavirus has got the barbershops closed, so I'm going to be woofing for a little while here. But, you know, that's just how it goes, man. But as always, like, subscribe, comment, talk to your boy, man. I'm excited. I'm speculating. I'm hoping that what I'm reading and what I'm seeing is correct. If not, I'm going to be disappointed. And I know you guys will be disappointed. So with that being said, guys, as always, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.